All right, hello. Let's just give a second. I'm not going to jump right in. I'm just going to let everybody settle in for just a moment because we're going within. So that has been now the topic of where I am moving into training and guiding is that it all starts within. Everything starts within. If you can't go within, then you're going to likely have suffering showing up somewhere in your life. And that is just a given. Okay, so welcome. That was a really nice welcoming, was it not? All right, so we're going within today. And I have my assistant here who is sitting so nicely in the chair, maybe leaning back a little bit too much. So we're going within and talking more now about how the your spine and of course the spinal nerve function impacts your system. And more often than not, we don't think about our spine. So I again will reshare another story. The same story is that I asked someone in my world, what do you think about when you think about your spine? Like what comes to mind when you think about your spine? And his first response was so immediate. It was, I think of pain. And I was just like, whoa, no. Well, that is the last thing you want to be thinking about is just associating your spine with pain. We need to try to shift that so that you are shifting from your spine to actually very fluid and living freely, and how beautiful this amazing, amazing, amazing structure is that each and every single one of us with a beating heart and a breath has one. There's not a single person that does not have a spine. Now, they may look a little bit different for the most part. Most people have um, some curvature. Some have more curvature than others, depending upon your circumstances, but we all have a spine. And the spinal nerve function serves the same in each and every single one of us. I don't care what gender you are, what color you are, we all have a spine, and it's all, in essence, doing the same thing. So we must take care of our spine. And the first act of taking care of your spine is knowing. So I'm not going deep into the spine today. I did touch on the cervical spine, which I tried to market. This can give you some indication of where our seventh cervical spine is situated here. So this one small piece of our spine, the cervical spine, definitely has an impact on the entire system. So if your cervical spine is not feeling happy, if it's tight, it's feeling compressed, and I'm going to touch on some other matters, so stick with me here because I'm going to show some real life situations that every single one of us have likely experienced that have an impact on the cervical spine. But if you are experiencing headaches, maybe some vision problems, maybe vision's not working so great, your shoulders, right? That's very common. Or let's even take it deeper. This area of your spine is actually assisting with your diaphragm, assisting with your, and these are the spinal nerve functions within this area of your spine, cervical spine, and also your heart, your blood flow. So, do you see if we start reading a little bit deeper within, and each of us have one, you can feel it, every single one of you, no matter your circumstances. If you put your hand back here and you touch the back of your neck, what are you going to feel? You're going to feel your vertebra, right? So, all right. So if you are interested in learning more about your spine or you have concerns, this is my jam. I have a special link for you to book a call with me. That's meetwithlauren.me. And I'm happy to talk about where maybe pain is showing up in your body and how we can start to address how you can go inward and look at possibly some of your daily functions that could be attributing to some of these asymmetries. Okay, so I'm jumping into some words now that maybe you're going, wait a minute, wait. So stick with me. I'm going to go down here and grab, my gosh, my heavy backpack. So I have loaded my backpack and I'm going to toss it on my shoulder. You see, I came in and I have my purse on my left shoulder. What is this telling you? I favor my left shoulder. So this is how I could possibly be walking around. And sometimes I do, and I end up paying for it. But can you see how this load is starting to load this side? And it's going to start to create what are asymmetries. It's where you're misaligned here. You're going to start twisting to turn into where your system is going to start to get pulled. And I'm being pulled now to my left. Just we're going to keep it very, very simple and surface in language today. So you may say, well, I'm not carrying a backpack around any longer. And I'm going to ask you, have you ever carried a heavy backpack around? Put it in the chat if you have ever carried a heavy backpack around, and it could have been 20 years ago. But guess what? What happened 20 years ago is still showing up here within, deep within. So we have to go within and try to find it so that you can start to release whatever emotional discomfort, physical discomfort may be showing up in your life. So I've had 5 children, and all 5 of my little bambinos, I put right on my left hip. Again, you can see I favor my left side. So as I started to pop all my kids up on this hip and hike my hip out, my pelvis here, and shifting over to the left, well, guess what that's doing? It's creating lots of tightness and pulling on my left side, indicative of probably some lower back pain. But what is happening up here? A lot is happening up here because you're going to start to rotate your head. Your cervical spine is going to start to rotate because it's turning in that direction. So how do you fix that? The first act of repair is the act of knowing, dipping in, having a little bit of knowledge. I'm not telling you, again, you have to go learn the whole Gray's Anatomy. It's a learning just the simple, bare 101 basics of, I have a spine. Because I've asked many clients, do you have a spine? And I've been doing this for 20 years. Do you have a spine? Well, I think it's in there somewhere. I hear that all the time. I'm going, yes, you have a spine. You have to get to know your spine. Just like I've been educating on how you have to get to know your breath. You need to support your system with your breath. You also have to support your system by understanding just some of the basics of how this amazing, amazing structure that every single one of us, every one of you watching, everyone with a beating heart and a breath has one of these. And understanding the impact of how one little pinch can create a whole host of problems, and some quite serious. So if you would like to learn more about the rest of this amazing, amazing structure that you have, then join me on Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, where I'm hosting a live workshop where we are going to uncover in a bit more detail about this amazing structure and how you can start today by actually understanding how you can start to develop a more uniformly developed system so that you can offset some of the symptoms that may occur if you are not paying attention to, and I'm focusing on the cervical spine, where this from here up, that how it's impacting you. And again, I'll touch on some of those symptoms: headaches, eyes hurt, maybe you feel sunken in the eyes, Maybe the shoulders, that's a given. You know, we all feel that shoulder tension. That is definitely an impact of what's going on in the cervical spine. But it also impacts your blood flow, your heart, your diaphragm, and then some. So if you would like to learn more, join me on Thursday at 11 a.m. I'm going to drop the link in the chat so that you can register. It's free and would love to have you. So we're really going to discover how you can go within and become your own medicine. You can become your own medicine. And if you would like to find out more on how you can become your own medicine, book a call with me, meetwithlauren.me, and I will talk you through how you can become your own medicine. But that comes after I hear from you and how it is showing up in your body. Take it deeper, my friends. We have to take it deeper. That is the only pathway to healing your body and your mind. I wanted to say mind first because, yes, we're going to go to the mind first. But that is the only way you can go to healing the mind that is going to heal your body and free you of whatever physical or emotional weight you're wanting to release. All right. Lesson for today is go inward. We talked about the cervical spine. If you want to hear more about the rest of the spine and how that could be impacting your health, then join me Thursday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. The link will be in the chat. DM me, just DM me and tell me you want in, and I will be sure to get that link over to you. So until then, I will see you tomorrow, same time, same place, and make it an amazing Tuesday. For now, ciao.